you enjoyed that. My name is David Mays, your host for this edition of A Confident Life, a program where we talk about the subject of how to live confidently. Or as I like to say, how to live more confident, competent, capable, and clear, and not necessarily in that order. And good to see y'all. The first of the year. This is the time this is being recorded is early January of 2024. We just had the holidays. Got this little jacket. Got it from a girlfriend. I actually got it from a birthday. My birthday is about a week before Christmas. So for me, this is a special time of the year. Get to celebrate my birthday, get to see all the colored lights and do all the other Christmassy things. And then we have New Year's, which honestly for me it's not that big a holiday, but still part of the larger season. And now we move into the new year. And I'm good. I'm working on this program, got some ideas for it. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about what I've been posting so far. Like I said, I got some plans, and my big plan, of course, being to interview people and bring some other voices on here. So it could be a lot more, be kind of fun, talk to other people about their experiences, be they counselors, therapists, business owners, musicians, artists, whatever, about how they become more confident and, share their experiences. And in a way, it means it's actually less work for me to have to come up with stuff. So, but again, looking forward to that. For this program, what I want to do is kind of set the groundwork, what I want to do with this, channel. We're just talking about how to be more confident. What does it mean to be confident? What does it mean to have confidence? So, a dictionary definition, actually looking on Google. Look here, it says here, confidence, feeling or showing confidence in oneself, self-assured. Okay, that's to be confident. And of course, the word confidence, similar, the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, firm trust. And of course, that can be a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities and qualities. Sounds good. And of course, that can be feeling self-confidence. Again, a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment. So, right. So, kind of get an idea of the dictionary definition of confidence or being confident. I myself, in doing these programs and in effect teaching what I want to learn, because I've definitely had my issues about feeling confident, but can I do this? Am I capable? Doing this recordings like this, I am learning things about myself, about how well I can do this. At least my own opinion, I'm doing good at it. But at the same time, there's still, some fears and doubts that keep coming up. I've got my own issues with, confidence, what we're talking about. Definitely have my issues with, procrastination, putting things off. So again, there's a tendency to kind of put things off like this. And just being honest with myself, and hopefully being honest with you with the intent of helping. This, I enjoy doing this. I feel called to it. I feel like I have the ability. And at the same time, there's still something scary about doing this. There's definitely a part of me, even right now as I'm speaking, that kind of wishes I was just someplace else right now. Let's go do something safe. Well, all things considered, this is actually pretty safe. Compared to some other stuff I could be doing. So what I am doing and what I want to help out with, again, teaching what I need to learn, is of course how we can all be more confident, more self-assured, more sure of mine, yours, whoever's ability to do something that you, I, we, whoever, want to do. Gotta stop a second. Pardon me. Okay, let's just keep going here. How do I feel about doing this? There's something about doing this that feels good. I am doing something which I feel attracted to. I sometimes just half jokingly say that I'm acting out of fantasy to be in show business. And so here I am doing my little song and dance routine. At the same time, though, I do feel like I'm helping people. I'm actually offering something. I'm definitely inspired by people who can, say, do counseling work, or can get up on a stage or in front of a camera and speak about things like being more confident, about doing our personal healings, by dealing with the self-doubts and anxieties we probably all feel. And for me, just learning a lot of stuff about, again, this helping me, and then in turn, hopefully pass that along and help you all. The thing about being confident is that it's something I think is learned. I mean, I have some things, abilities that I say I feel confident in doing, and in a way I don't really have to do anything else, to develop the skill, the ability. I just go and do it. Whereas there's other things, and honestly, I can feel some of that now doing this video. It's something where I kind of look at it and say, yeah, I can do that, but it's still in conflict with some old beliefs that kind of say, I'm not sure I can do this. This may not work. This looks too much like something I did as a kid and somehow didn't work, and I didn't get loved or supported, when I failed, or I was told, oh, I'm, not any good at it. Okay, we're going to give you a C on the report card rather than A or a B. Having experiences where I kind of like, the feedback I got was, maybe you're not really capable of doing this. Even though maybe I did, kind of intuitively knew I could, but still, again, the feedback I got from, the authority figures, the parental figures, parents, school teachers, whatever, kind of was, did not really support, my, efforts to, to learn and, develop my skills. And again, it's not like anybody went out of their way to, stop me or you or anybody else. I sometimes, when I think about my experience in school, especially, say, elementary school, I kind of get to feel like, I learned how to fail in school. This doesn't mean that the teachers went out of their way to, single me out and say, oh, we're going to teach you to be a failure. You're a failure. But, at the same time, I didn't, had experiences where I kind of got that message. Again, not directly, but, I heard it and felt it. That's probably the main thing to be aware of. It's not necessarily what we all heard in these situations, like, schools or from parents or whatever. It's how we felt about it. What feeling did I have? How did I, on an emotional level, interpret this experience? And, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 15 years old or whatever, our ability maybe to reason out what's going on is not really fully developed yet. Our brains don't quite have the computing power yet to kind of look at these things and look at it from different angles. And of course, like I said, especially a young child, hey, we're new here. I'm learning things. And if you tell me that, by throwing that ball at the basketball hoop and I'm missing, and you tell me there's something wrong with me, or tell me something that I hear as, oh, I'm somehow bad, well, I'm probably going to take that to heart because I don't know any better. And so, as an adult, of course, what I find myself doing is, of course, looking at those beliefs, those feelings, and kind of taking a little closer look at them and kind of say, is this really true? Well, a lot of times maybe not, but again, I still have that message, playing in my head, and the feelings I have, the fears, anxieties, whatever, they're just doing their job. A thing which I'm realizing, and it's actually good news, is that when it comes right down to it, there's nothing wrong with me. Ultimately, there's nothing probably wrong with any of us. I mean, if the brain, the body, everything's otherwise working, there's no brain injury, or we have some, physical issue, then when I have these feelings of anxiety, fear, whatever, it's actually means everything's actually working. I have a fear of taking some kind of action, and I find myself just kind of freezing up. reluctant to do it, well, that means the brain or parts of the brain are actually doing their job. And the issue is not the fear itself, the issue is what kind of information I got, as a child or someplace, whatever, that maybe wasn't really that accurate. Or, I didn't get any other information to show me a different side of this. I mean, I can remember, I think it was 5th grade, out in the schoolyard trying to play softball, and I got up the bat, and of course I'm trying to hit the ball as it comes at me. I kept missing it and very frustrated with it. Actually, I remember one time trying to swing at the ball, and the bat actually came out of my hand, and it's like, just, like, just feeling terrible. It's like, oh dear, I just can't do anything. Well, what happened was the school teacher had me hold onto the bat in a different way than what I had been holding it, and suddenly I could hit the ball. So again, that's a case where somebody gave me some information that allowed me to do a better job, in this case, hitting a softball. And like I said, a lot of us, that maybe what happened is we had these experiences and lacking any better information, just had, made some decisions that maybe in hindsight really aren't accurate. But again, at the time, we didn't have anything better to work with. And so for, where I find myself as a 65-year-old adult, still find myself with desires, interests, drives, callings to take action, to do things, and yet still kind of run into some resistance, a resistance which is actually trying to protect me. I find myself kind of, avoiding some things, avoiding taking some risks, but we, on a deeper level with the best intention. But at the same time, it can be frustrating because I can't kind of look at it and say, wait a minute, I can do this. And something else in me says, no, better not, it's not safe. So, and, develop my own skills at learning how to better, say, regulate those emotions, be better able to see what's really going on, and then take appropriate action. I mean, I'm doing this video now. On some areas, I can kind of, think about what I've been saying, how I've been doing it. Objectively, yeah, I might, probably could do better. I mean, I'll finish this video, and honestly, I may do it again. I won't, we'll see. But there is another part of me is almost saying, let's run away and avoid this. We can't do it. Get away, escape, it's not safe. It's like, okay, calm down. We're good. Nobody's going to whack me across the head because maybe I mispronounced a word. Some people will watch this video. So, like I say, I'm teaching myself while I want to learn. I'm teaching y'all while I want to learn. Okay, whatever. But, doing stuff like this, does take a little bit of risk. I mean, it takes a little bit of courage. One of my people to inspire me, this woman named Mel Robbins. She talks a lot about courage, about confidence. I mean, judging from what she's talked about on her videos about her own life, is she's teaching what she wants to learn. And so she can speak from personal experience with a lot of this stuff. And she talks about what is confidence, and for her, confidence is the willingness to try, to give it a try. Just get here in front of the camera, talk to the microphone, try it, see what happens. In a way, that's also a definition of courage. You're kind of like, yes, I can still have some fears about doing things, but I might at least have enough courage to try. Just go do it. Let's take a step in this direction and see what happens. And really see, does the roof cave in on top of me? Does somebody come up and say, shame on you, shame on you. You're bad at this. Go back, turn in your camera. You're not any good at doing this. And realistically, I highly doubt that anybody could come up and tell me I should, stop filming, go burn my camera, and never, come out of the house again. It was highly unlikely. because that's what the fear is trying to look at. So, had some experience in the past as a kid and had something happen, and out of desire to be safe and protect yourself, maybe kind of exaggerating things a little bit about how dangerous it is. Well, that's kind of like there's a saying I've heard adopted kind of a mantra, whatever. Basically, my version is don't believe everything I think or feel. That all these thoughts and feelings maybe come up, may have the best intention, but in practice, they may not be all that accurate. Whereas I can at least look at myself, and I think we can all look at ourselves, and be honest with ourselves that, hey, even though this thing scares me, there's still something here I want. Yes, there's a risk here. I mean, at this point, probably the biggest risk I can see right now with doing these videos is basically nobody watches them. I mean, for all I know, I'm talking into the microphone, post these things on YouTube, and nobody ever watches them. So for all I know, the people who I'm talking to right now, I don't know if you're listening or not. But I'm confident enough in doing this to at least give it a try. I mean, again, watching videos on YouTube on how to post on YouTube, reading a couple books, same subject. A thing I hear pretty much from all people who are teaching how to, like I said, post videos on YouTube is basically keep posting. Okay, post a video. Okay, work on the next one. Post the next one. I mean, even the world's most famous musician didn't stop when they posted or created a song. So even the Beatles had Beatles, other Rolling Stones, other famous bands. When they started out, nobody heard of them. It's like, who are you? And they basically became as successful as they are because they kept showing up. I mean, they didn't base their future on one performance that maybe wasn't all that interesting. They still had to go find their audience, which of course, part of my work now in doing this is finding you all who I hope are inspired by what I'm doing, the messages I'm bringing to you. And in the process, of course, we can kind of create a community where we support each other in being more confident, more expressive, more creative, and creating the life that we all want to live. It takes a little bit of courage. It takes a little bit of risk taking. And thinking about taking risks. Relatively speaking, what I'm doing here right now is really not that risky, honestly. I mean, I do this recording, make this recording, the video, talk to the microphone, whatever. I'll do some editing on this later, post it on YouTube. And after that, it's like, okay, see if anybody watches it. Now, like I said, the risk is, honestly, it might get ignored. So, all things considered, it's still a pretty low risk compared to what risk other people I know are taking. I know of people whose idea of a fun Saturday afternoon is go strap on a big, parachute on their back and then go jump out of an otherwise perfectly good airplane, just for the thrill of it. Where it's kind of like, hell no, I'm not going to do that. Of course, an important difference here is they're willing to take the risk to do something that somehow they're attracted to. When I look at that, it's like, extreme example of skydiving. Yes, that would be for me a scary thing to do. And ultimately, on a gut level, when I look at this, I'm really not interested. It's not what I'm after. Whereas getting in front of a camera like this and kind of getting on stage, as it were, it's something I actually want to do. And yes, I honestly still feel a lot of fear, a lot of self-doubt. Takes some courage to do this. And at the same time, though, there's something here that I look and say, hey, I want to do that. There's something there that speaks to me. So when we're, probably, a lesson in that about when we're talking about taking risks. Make sure it's a risk you honestly want to take. I mean, will this do something you ideally want to do? I mean, I know a man who talked about, he went and did this. He had his own, issues with anxiety, fears, whatever, and wanting to develop his own confidence and courage. And he took a lesson, or well, you basically got a chance to go, again, jump out of a perfectly good airplane while wearing a parachute. And I guess it helped. I haven't talked to him about it in a long time, so I'm not sure what came of it. So to me, that seems to be a little extreme just to deal with a fear. But again, of course, it depends on what the fear is, what you're afraid of doing, and what is behind the fear, what desire is behind it. So again, I, as someone who can still deal with some social anxiety, am willing to look at that anxiety, feel the courage, have the courage, at least enough to take maybe a step or two towards talking to people, towards interacting with people, simply because that's something I feel attracted to do. Whereas there's other things that I'm not interested in, going, I don't know, getting a job in construction or something. It's not that, I know how to use tools. It's something I could do. Actually, I have worked some construction jobs in the past. But honestly, as a career, as a calling, not really. There are other people may or may not be more skilled than I am, but they feel that calling to it. Whereas for me, I feel a calling here to get, do this. Kind of get in front of the camera and kind of, maybe doing a little song and dance routine, but in the process, be informative, entertaining, and inspiring. So again, doing this show, learning how to feel more confident, having the courage to take the steps that lead towards feeling more confident, taking the steps to experiment, doing things that, there's something here that I feel called to, and take a closer look at what's going on inside. Ask the questions of that, fears or whatever that, say, in my case, little Davy, little 5-year-old Davy, asking him what's going on and how can I help? And, kind of, give himself some compassion, some self-love. It reminds me, there's this gentleman named Jack Moran. He passed away. I know it's been a few years ago now, but he was originally a psychotherapist, especially working with sexual healing work. He's in a book he has that I've read. He's talked about doing 3 things. He's talking about helping people explore who they are as sexual beings. But reading that, I realized that what he's talking about can apply to any area of life. And so I kind of call it the 3 attitudes of being, with myself and others, being suspending judgment, being non-judgmental, or if I'm going to be judgmental, at least be conscious of it. Just kind of taking a look at things, not really trying to say if it's good or bad, just kind of see what's going on. The second thing is being self-trust, trusting that, in my case I'd say, trusting that these thoughts and feelings, where they are, they're there for a reason. It's like I say again, don't believe everything I think or feel, but at the same time, those feelings are trying to convey a message. And so, important to listen to them. And the third one, which to me is kind of the most important, where I find myself, want to be more conscious of, just be more self-compassionate. Just, hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're safe. We're okay. We can do this. At the same time, we don't, if we somehow, this doesn't work, I'm still good. I can still, give it a try. Just, have some self-compassion. I mean, I think for me, which I'm coming to realize doing my own work, is, again, as a kid, I heard these messages that seemed to suggest there's something wrong with me, or that's how I interpreted them, or, oh, I'm not good enough. But what I didn't hear was, the message I did not hear, maybe it was there, but I still didn't hear, was, and I'm still okay, I'm still loved, I'm still wanted. I mean, again, when we're children, like I said, we're new here. And at the same time, our brains are still developing and may still have some trouble kind of comprehend certain things. So there's a tendency to think of things more kind of black and white, not have trouble seeing the gray areas. And I get, if a child gets criticized, for, they try to do something and they, try to pick up something and they drop it, and a parental authority kind of somehow criticize them. Well, a child may take that very personally because, are not able to comprehend what's going on and kind of see it from a different angle. They take it very personally because they don't know any better. Don't have any other life experiences yet to teach them that there is an alternative way of seeing what happened. Or, again, thing about, imagine parents have to be careful with is they think they're joking with the child about something that happened, but the child may hear it literally, may actually hear it as some sort of criticism, and then the child, and when I think about it, again, I can had the experience of feeling frustrated about the situation that they're hearing the message, oh, I can't do this, and then trying to do something to say, well, you're wrong. I guess I can do it, and maybe it still doesn't work out. Okay, you joke with the child because he's trying to pick up something that's maybe too heavy for him, and say, oh, that's too heavy for you. The parents try to say it more as a joke, but the child hears it literally and says, well, I got to try even harder to pick this up, to prove something, when in practice the reality is, yeah, maybe it is too heavy for you to pick up, and that's okay. You'll learn how to pick it up later. As your body grows, you develop your coordination, develop some skills, then you can. So one of the things I'm teaching myself, of course, and teaching all, is how to be more compassionate with myself. I still deal with issues, where I can be sort of self-judgmental. I may not use words. I don't go around and say, oh, you're an idiot, or you're dumb, or you can't do anything. But I can feel it. I got this thing going on, kind of a push-pull in me, in that, maybe trying something that's new, a little scary, and of course just kind of resist a little bit, but then there's another part that keeps wanting to push it. No, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. We can do it. Go ahead and do it. Of course, I'm not saying it, it's not saying that to myself in what I would judge as a positive, encouraging way. It's like, come on, we got to do this, or something bad will happen if we don't. And of course, the other part is saying, well, in that case, then we better resist because it may not be safe to do this. So, again, got to show some self-compassion. And, like I said, talk about that through through these programs. Got to share my own experiences, talk to some other people about it, and see what we can do. We are all capable of doing things that we enjoy, find fulfilling, that are helpful, able to support each other. And sometimes our natural abilities, even if they are working in the way they're supposed to be working, may not always feel all that supportive. Like I say, my own anxiety is just my brain and body, whatever, trying to take care of itself. Work on what honestly could be some bad information. But the good news is there are ways to deal with this. An important thing I think is good to know that when it comes right down to it, none of us are defective. None of us are somehow bad. I've heard it said that the difference between guilt and shame is I'm thinking so, I did something wrong. Whereas shame says, I am something wrong. Well, ain't nothing wrong with any of us. Maybe we're dealing with some bad information. Maybe our computers got some bad information, and of course it's just trying to work with what it knows. But, we are capable of looking at these things, take a closer look, and change our minds. For some people, just talking about it may be enough. For others, it may require going a little deeper. I'm a fan of what some people refer to as somatic work. Again, getting into the body. Find that helpful. Had have been involved several years with a group called the Mankind Project. They put on weekend retreats called a New Warrior Training Adventure. And on those weekends and then in follow-up programs, they do a lot of opportunities to do something that is a little more in the body. I mean, I had experience here 2 or 3 weeks ago, was at a meeting. And a lot of guys who do these weekends would then join up into groups that meet, say, every week, give people a chance to get together and talk about what's going on. And then we kind of learn some processes that allow us to go even deeper, where in this case, I was talking about some issues around self-confidence and asking and kind of getting a feel, well, where did this come from? Where did this wounding come from? And what can I do about it? And while, it's carries some anger around it, around some of this stuff, there's also a feeling of I wasn't loved. That's why I kind of talked about some stuff already about, got messages that said that, oh, there's something wrong with me. Oh, I can't do it. But nobody ever kind of, or at least I didn't hear the message that, and I'm okay anyway. So that's kind of like we did a couple of weeks ago, participating in this men's group, had a chance to co-create a process where I was being literally held. I had about, 7 or 8 guys hold me up and kind of, cradling me and holding me as a way of physically experiencing being supported and being told, hey, you're okay. Yeah, you have some frustrations. You've had these experiences. You're not sure about if you can do this or not, and we love and accept you anyway. Now that's kind of, maybe we humans are social creatures, and that is our strength. That's why we have been able to do all these things we've done over the last up to 10,000 years. But in a way, it can also be a weakness in that can have an experience where, again, had some experiences, get a counter message, from a parental person, what that means. And again, we're trying to figure out what's going on with the information you have. We may not have all the information, and may have to come. Be making some choices, making some conclusions. That may not be the complete picture. May not be all that's going on. But the good news is we can do work to help correct that. So again, I mean, for me, it helps to know and remind myself that no matter what, I'm okay. I am loved. I am accepted. And that's actually a good mantra. Again, the woman, Mel Robbins, talked about doing that with herself, where she'll be having some experiences of feeling some anxiety. And we'll just take a minute, put her hand on her heart and just say, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm loved. Just keep repeating that. And again, the part of the brain that worries about that stuff may not really hear it at first, but if I keep it going on, you'll get the message. And that's kind of the thing about any of this work is it's important. Just keep showing up. It is worth it. We are worth it. It's, let's do it. We can have happier, more confident lives. There's things we can do individually, but more importantly, and this is actually, as far as I'm concerned, it's good news. There's things we can do to help each other, to connect our own power, our own abilities, and even our own core values, that we each are valuable, worth it, child of God, where your spiritual beliefs are. And we can just plain feel more comfortable in our own skins. So that's, to me, that's what being confident means. There's work I have to do. I may have to call up some courage. I may have to do some things which at first glance I'm not sure I really want to do. But if I kind of just keep taking the steps, just, push gently in a compassionate way, my body, brain, whatever, will get the message. The brain will rewire itself. And I'll just plain, like I said, for me, as far as concerned, for any of us, would just plain feel more comfortable just being here, just being in our own skins. All righty. I think probably said enough for now. I'm going to end a quote that I like. There's a gentleman, Joseph Campbell. He was a writer, author, did a lot of work, say back in the mid, from the 40s through till he passed away back in the late 80s on the subject of mythology, what we can learn from that. And there's a quote of his that I like. I guys, say exactly word for word, but it's something along the line of that people say that we are looking for the meaning of life, but I think that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for the experience of being alive, of looking for an experience where what we see on the outside corresponds with our feelings inside. Like I said, I'm kind of paraphrasing that. And like I said, to me, I like that. That's just my favorite quote I've ever heard that says that, why are we doing all this? Is so we can feel alive. We can feel expressive. We can feel creative. We can feel connected. And a lot of times, the only thing that may stop any of us from having those experiences, maybe just a little bit of misinformation. May have had some experiences as a kid or even as an adult. Talk with people who have, various forms of post-traumatic stress disorder or stress disorder. Anyway, but these things can be resolved, at least to the point where, like I said, we can kind of be okay, be more comfortable, and express ourselves, experience life, experience the joy of being alive, that rapture, the experience of being alive, as Joseph Campbell says. So, okay, let's go ahead and bring this to close. Again, thank you for watching. We've got some plans for this channel. Been talking to people about it. Like I said, talking to people about maybe having them on for the show, get some other points of view, and got a couple of people I'm already talking to. Hope to have them on soon. And so, in the meantime, let's end this with another song on the flute. Just make up something. There we go. Here. Okay. Stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. Maybe ring that bell, the bell notice. And wish you all a good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.